computer. All right. Good evening, everyone, and hello, wherever you are in the world. This is Mary Hasworth Fernandez, and I'm the host of Leadership, Legacies, and Legends Unleashed. The podcast is doing right now a very special series on podcast guests in the spotlight. We are all about those unsung heroes that are they're found anywhere from the pulpit to the community. And then you have new businesses, you have big businesses, but you see so many people doing what they love. And so this series is all about something to do, somewhere to go, and great people we should know. And our first guest today on this series is a jewel and a sweetheart, so humble and sweet as a person, and I can't wait for you to get to know her. She is Jacqueline Leon from Chesapeake RV Solutions. Welcome to the podcast, Jacqueline. Did I say the name correct?
The first part.
Okay, tell me about that last part.
Yep, last name's Lone.
Loan, okay, very good. Not the E before the O, loan. Okay. Well, Jacqueline, I am so impressed with you, first of all, and your love of RVs and your business. And I want to know, how in the world did you get started with RVs?
Well, when I was a teenager, 13, my mother was widowed and she wanted to spend some more time with us. So she bought a Class C motorhome.
Mm-hmm.
And we were living in Nebraska, and my cousins were moving to, my cousin, my aunt and uncle were moving to California. So my mom wanted to check it out. She was like, well, you're not leaving me behind. So my aunt and my aunt and uncle and my mom drove out there. My mom loved it. So then us kids and my other aunt then drove from Nebraska all the way out to California in the motorhome, and we had a blast.
Wow. Drove to California in a motorhome. And your mom did this because she wanted to spend more time with her children.
Yes.
I think that is so wonderful, because we always want to do the best at whatever God has given us to do. And being a mother is a gift. And when these children grow up, oh my goodness, it's another phase in life. So you fell in love because of that young experience with your mom. So when you started this business, what were you thinking and what led you to Chesapeake RV Solutions?
Well, my husband and I would go camping together. And then when we started having children, the tent camping wasn't as comfortable.
Uh-huh.
So we started renting from the base. I was a stay-at-home mom with 3 children. My husband was enlisted in the Navy, and we would rent their pop-ups, we would rent their travel trailers, and then my husband's, and that was a great way to afford to be able to spend a vacation on the limited funds we had. And then my husband started drag racing Harleys, and we wanted to be able to go with him. But by the time we got our first motorhome, he kind of got out of that, which was nice. So we could just go camping, and we just loved the people. Everywhere we went, we enjoyed the time with our children. We enjoyed the time that they had freedom to go around, because we trusted the camping atmosphere.
Uh-huh.
And we just thought, one day we would just love to share this RV enthusiasm with other people.
Wow. Share the RV enthusiasm with other people. Well, the guests are going to get to hear a lot about the actual RVs and get to experience the tour, because I want to share that with everyone. And that'll be done for all the businesses. As soon as you sign up, we're going to start talking about you on social media. This beautiful tour that I had today, it was very, very impressive. Very impressive. And your humbleness and your humility. You want to tell us how it got started out there in Chesapeake? That place that I went to today was really nice, well organized. And later I want to talk about some of the names of the units that you have.
Well, how we got started is we put down a goal on an old computer that one day we would own an RV dealership. My husband's very goal orientated. I was just thought of it as a dream because I didn't see where the money would come from.
Uh-huh.
And back in 2002, my husband just came home from a deployment, and he is very mechanical, and so he had a wholesale license, and he would sell cars, or he would buy cars, fixing them up, and then resell them.
Mhm.
So he found this lot, and he said he wanted to open up there, and I'm like, what are you doing? We have no extra money. We're
Mhm.
paycheck to paycheck. Um, this was in October 2002. Um, the place wasn't renting it out anymore, so he called the landlord, and the landlord said you'd be in January. I'm like, what is he doing? And then in November, we got a gift of money from a relative, which was way out of their character. So we had money for rent for a while, but I was digging my heels because I was like, I don't understand. He's got 2 more years in the military.
Mhm.
So he's go getter. So he went ahead, and with the lease, the landlord didn't have it ready, but he gave him keys. And then the landlord called like 2 weeks later, and he said, the Lord told me not to charge you for the first month's rent.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, Lord, you always have to knock me over the head. So of
Mhm.
course, then I put 110% in. We started off with our few cars, and I found the RV manufacturer that I wanted to start with. And, we did it old school. We got a second mortgage. We started with that. And then we got another brand. It was the Trailmanner at the time. And we became #2 in the nation with them. And the Lord just has blessed our socks off ever since. We've been
Oh,
very,
right. Wow. I love that story. That's like a fairy tale. And it is what we tell people to do. Write that vision down. And so you had a vision of your husband had a vision of the goal, and you and he put it on the computer.
yes.
And this is back in 2002.
Oh, the
And
computer was way back before that.
way before that.
That was,
So
gosh, yeah, that was probably in the 90s.
I love it. So that means hold fast to your dreams, do believe in your dreams, and do act on them. And when you write it down, something powerful starts to happen. Another thing I like that you said was your husband is a go-getter, and that he, with 2 more years in the military, was acting on a goal and a dream. And you followed him with a percentage of 1,000%. And then all of a sudden, God stepped in and you went 110% in.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love the way the two of you are described. You don't like to be personally in the spotlight, but you graced me today with a lot of fantastic pictures and tours of the insides and outsides of the gorgeous RVs. I have never been in any of them like that. I've been in RVs before, but nothing like what I saw on your lot. So you're expanding now. God has taken you to another level, and you guys are at such peace with it and courage. And I love the centering you have, because with all the storms going on around in different people's lives and in the world, your center remains God, and he's doing everything, and you give him all the credit. So tell us about this expansion.
Well, we have purchased land back in 2007
Mhm.
to expand. And then, of course, the market went down in 2007. Not everybody was focusing on just staying in business.
Mhm.
And plus, then, it has wetlands, and we were able to get through that and do all the things that were required from the Corps of Engineers and that. And then we just broke ground, and then COVID hit. So, but we're still excited.
Mhm.
It's going to happen. We've got the land cleared. We've got the parking lot all cleared.
Yes.
My husband's enjoying playing with his Tonka toys.
You call them Tonka toys, and those
Yeah,
Tonka toys, for those who don't know what you're talking about, are, tell them what that
excavators,
is.
dump
Excavators.
trucks, bulldozers. Yes.
I love it. I love it. So he knows how to operate all of those vehicles.
Yes. Well, when he was in the Navy, his nickname was Six By. He was actually a Navy SEAL, and he's always loved vehicles.
Mhm. That's that's really exciting and so encouraging to those wanting to know what to do next in their next chapter. He really took off on that vision that you two wrote down way back in the 90s. So I saw the ground that you broke, and having to stop almost everything back when COVID hit, was that like 2020 that you guys had to cease and desist?
It was 2020 when we first broke ground. Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what was across the street from that land with all the trees and everything? Can you remember a little bit about what was there?
In 2020, I think everything, they might have been starting to build the new Taco Bell, but they had quite a bit of businesses there already. It's a
Mhm.
very, very good location. It'll be very good for our customers to be able to
Yes.
come off the exit there and see our place and get in.
The location is beautiful. When we walked that property, it was like they did look like Tonka toys out there. I like the smart business thing that you said about that equipment. It's owned or rented, but it is there to do a lot of work himself at his pace, right?
Yeah, well, my husband has a fast pace. Yes,
Uh-huh.
he's doing it with a couple people. All the equipment was bought used. We The majority, I would say 90% of it is already sold.
Mhm.
So when we're finished, we'll be able to put that money back. We just try to be good stewards
Good
of what the Lord's
stewards.
given us.
Impressive, impressive. You guys are wonderful business owners. And I love business owners. I love business people. I love how business owners think. Even if you had nothing and you had to do the second mortgage, you acted on that dream. So now, what would you say to an up and coming dreamer who has a solid idea in today's time and they wanted to start a business, probably not as large as the one God has grown your business to, but they want to start a business? What would you say to them?
Well, our business started with one desk and one chair.
Mhm.
So anything grows. Um,
Anything can grow.
yes, just start with what you have. Don't, what's that verse? Don't, where you don't despise
Small beginnings.
the small beginnings. Yes.
I was
And
thinking that before you got on.
yes, so that, just start where you are. And if it's your passion, it'll grow. Like I said, if you look at, well, you saw our place today, it's
Yes.
filled, we're overfilled. That's why we have to move. But we
Yes.
literally started with one desk and one chair.
One desk and one chair. And when we did our first video conversation, reference another relationship that we have where we are in a prayer group together with Christian business women. You mentioned in that video that I'm in a little small office.
Yes.
And so you're still very modest with your blessing. You're very good stewards over what God has given you. It truly appears in everything that you say and everything you do that you're just so gracious and humble, but you have such a strong foundation and a strong faith. And that just covers you in everything you do. When you walk that empty property, it was like a Tonka toy playground.
Yeah.
Take pictures of every stage. Now, I want to go over, let's talk about your family first. You have your family working in the business with you?
Yes.
How's that working?
It's been challenging at times,
Uh-huh.
especially my husband was here all the time.
Uh-huh.
Um, we're a great team, but sometimes two chiefs, there's too many. So
Yeah. My daughter has a thing. I've worked with my daughter in my direct sales business, and we made a peaceful pact where we don't talk business all the time.
Right.
And when we are talking, because we enjoy talking so much, she created this thing called Sidebar Mom, which means let's switch that conversation all the way over to something else I want to talk about, which has nothing to do with the business. And that gives us peace. So you enjoy that those outings on the road. Tell us about the outings on the road, how you and your husband do that.
Oh, when we use our RV?
Yes.
Oh yes, we're avid RVers. Every time we have a, major anniversary come up, like this summer will be 38 years. We think,
Wow.
oh, we're gonna go and stay at this fancy resort and this and that, and then we end up we go RVing somewhere because we love the flexibility. We love knowing we have everything we need on board.
Mhm,
We don't have we know we can just stop and have a meal. We don't have to go look for a restaurant when we get somewhere right away.
mhm,
We just and he uses it. He's still dirt bike racing. I mean, he started that when he turned 50. He's 62 now.
mhm.
And so he pulls his trailer. We use a motorhome now. We've done toy haulers and that. And then I pull my horse trailer back and forth to when I go places. So, and then we use it together. So we both use it separately. We use it together.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. And running your office is none other than
That is my daughter, Candace. She's our general manager.
wonderful. That
She's
is
amazing.
awesome. It is challenging when we love each other so much and then we have to work, not have to work, but we get to work together. We have to be in that work mode and that serious mode and get things done. So you guys are balancing it all out very nicely. Now, tell me about there's a difference between a motorhome and all these different names. The Mac Daddy. Tell me about the Mac Daddy.
Was that the travel trailer we went in?
Mm-hmm. The I guess the RV of all RVs was the Mac Daddy.
Well, I showed you the Mac Daddy travel trailer, the biggest one we have.
Uh-huh.
That's it's meant for two people because it has the rear living room, I believe is what we went in. Yes.
Uh-huh.
But of course it has other sleeping areas, sofa turns into a bed and things like that. Travel trailers and fifth wheels we call towables.
Mhm.
And that's because like the travel trailer, the Mac Daddy, it's towed on the bumper or the ball that's on the bumper of your vehicle.
Mhm.
And the fifth wheel has a hitch that goes in the back of the bed of the truck. And I showed you two very nice
Yes.
fifth wheels. One that actually had bunks in it. Actually had bunks and I
Yes.
think it was a queen size bed back there
Mhm.
and a bath and a half. So they're fun.
I tell you, I love the full living experience, walking into a nice kitchen with lots of storage, and then a queen and king bedroom options in some of those units. So I got it now. The fifth wheel you tow on your bumper.
The fifth wheel you tow in the back of the bed of your truck. So
So,
you have
so
to
in
have
the
a
back,
truck.
I got it, got it. Back of
You
the
have to
bed of
have
your
a
truck.
truck to do the fifth wheel.
Okay. What's your favorite?
Well, um, we started with the travel trailers, and for me personally, pulling and backing up, I like the fifth wheels because you get more maneuverability
Mm-hmm.
with the hitch in the back.
Okay.
But the travel trailers also they're a lot lighter, so they're
Mm-hmm.
a lot easier to pull too in that sense.
Okay.
And
I
then
was just,
motorhomes,
oh yeah, motorhomes. There you go.
and I love that because I like the option of when you get somewhere, if you stop at a rest area and that and just need a rest, you do not have to get out of the vehicle. You can just stay in it.
Great. I've had friends mention that they always wanted to rent or own an RV. So for women that are thinking about it, if they're on their own, you would suggest a couple of things they should keep in mind if they're going to rent it and be on their own.
If they're if they're traveling all by themselves, and I say this, and I don't have any motorhomes. I have one used one in stock. They're going fast right now.
Uh-huh.
I would suggest a motorhome for a woman only because if you do have to stop somewhere in an area you're not comfortable with or don't know,
Hmm.
you don't have to get out. Whereas if you're pulling something, you have to actually get out of your vehicle to go into the towable.
Right.
So that's what I suggest if somebody's traveling by themselves
Mhm.
all the time.
Right, right, right. Because I know a lot of people now are in desire to get out, be on the road, and be in Mother Nature. And I have older friends who do love to rent the RVs from the base, but I want the world to know a little bit more about RVing because it is fun being outside, and a lot of people want to live more close to nature. So, do you have any specials or deals or instructions on those that would like to check out your place? Anything you want the public to know about how to reach you all?
Well, we have all of our inventory on our website,
Mm-hmm.
www.chesapeakervsolutions.com.
Okay.
We have Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not I'm not that techie, so I'm not sure all the things that we have. We may even have YouTube and Twitter.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I will make sure
Um,
I put these hot links under your episode because I want people to be able to reach out to you and try something new. We're looking for
yes.
great places to go, great things to do, and great people to know. And I think Chesapeake RVing is a great place to check out, you guys. So I'll make sure I get that website from with all of your inventories. What's the fastest moving item on your lot?
Oh, everything's fast right now. In fact, we're very grateful that this year there's more inventory available.
Mhm.
The past 2 years, it was very, very hard to keep stock in.
Mhm.
And it was the manufacturers weren't getting the parts to put in them in the
Right,
makeup.
right.
So it's we're very grateful this year. We're stocked up
Mhm.
and we're ready for the seasons.
All right. And do you services you offer? You buy, sell, rent, repair?
We have rented in the past,
Uh-huh.
uh, but because of lack of inventory, I I I can't rent at the moment. I do expect to hopefully get that back up once it's more stable and you can get your inventory.
Mhm.
We do service our RVs here,
Okay.
sell them.
All right. So I think the main thing I see from Chesapeake RVing is you have the inventory for those who are ready to shop, own, and go,
Yes,
because those units are beautiful. The comfortable massage chairs that I saw that was electrical, the full stocked kitchen, well, the fully ready to use kitchen with lots of storage space. The one that had the bunks with the children's room, that was awesome. And what most people don't even realize, what I saw was the full showers,
yes.
the bathrooms. Everything is like living in a luxury apartment or a luxury condo. So you and your husband and your family have done a great job walking into that dream. You know, I usually say it's time to walk in the authority you were born with. I am honored and so pleased that you said yes to sharing your business with 3LU, the podcast, because we are big dreamers as well. And we look forward to showcasing more businesses and more people that people should know about. You know, I think the people that rent, there's plenty of renting units out there, but if you got the inventory to sell and people can shop and go, I think that's a good thing. As we get ready to wrap up, tell me from your heart, how would you like to be remembered when it's all said and done?
That I was a good and faithful servant of the Lord. I want to hear those words when I get to heaven.
Amen, amen. And one thing you would say to the next generation of dreamers and up and coming businesses, what would you say to encourage that starter outer or even that person transitioning from one type of living, the 9 to 5, to this is entrepreneurship right here, right?
Oh, yes.
Entrepreneurship. I mean, it's just on another level, but you start somewhere. So to encourage that next generation of, no matter what age they are, of dreamers, what would you say to them?
I would say be patient and learn, continue, always learn and always be learning
Yes.
to better yourself as a leader, because as your business grows, your team grows.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
to be a better leader is what it's all about.
Mhm, mhm. And I just love the two extremes of you and your husband. He's the go-getter, and you, I don't want to be in front, but I do what I do well. So I'm very proud of you, and I'm very pleased to have the fellowship that we've built over the last year. I believe it's going on a year. Wow. And I'm just totally impressed with how the hand of God is moving on a dream and a wish that was written down long before the funds or the reality of setting this goal was in place. So is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience before we wrap up?
That Chesapeake RV Solutions, we're all about family fun.
Family fun. You mentioned there's going to be that you do something for your clients called RV Day.
We do a customer appreciation camp out
Okay.
every year for the customers that buy from us.
All right, that is so great. I mean, just beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mary Hasworth Fernandez from Leadership Legacies and Legends. We're looking for great people we should know, like the awesome Jacqueline and Chesapeake RV Solutions. We're looking for great things to do and places to go. I mean, with an RV, you could go anywhere. You don't have to have a hotel. So we're going to talk about and share with you in different segments throughout, from now throughout the rest of April and May, segments of the tour that I had the pleasure of enjoying over at Chesapeake RV Solutions. And then in June, you will officially get to see this live sharing from Jacqueline, because you won't get to hear from her, ladies and gentlemen, until June 1, right around that first Thursday in June. So we're going to give them a treat and some teasers between now and that date. Thank you for the tour. Thank you for your friendship. And wow, my hand to you and your husband with Chesapeake RV Solutions and your new territory that God has enlarged and increased. Thank you, everyone. We're going to be signing off. What'd you say there? What'd you say, Donna?
Thank you so much, Mary.
You are so welcome. God bless you. And we'll be signing off. You'll find us on Amazon, Spotify, and all your listening sites. So this is 3LU. Look for WOHI by Mary.com/podcast. And we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.